Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have a Melffy Tri-Brigade deck. I made a Melffy Tri-Brigade deck probably like 6 months ago. This is more like updated version. It's more up to date. Melffy struts have been more optimized and stuff like that. So let's get started with the deck. Starting off with our Melffy engine, triple puppy, triple caddy, and one Fenny. No puppy. Puppy's a bit too slow in terms of recovery, and hide and seek realistically just does what puppy wants to do, but better. Puppy, not puppy, pony. Puppy is best one summons a level 2 or lower beast from deck, so you can summon stuff like Calantosa for a pop. Kathy if you need to go into Hoppier Squadron. Even Fenny if you have the Calantosa in your hand. You can even summon Kit and Keros if you really need to. It's just a really versatile card, so it's an instant 3-up. Triple Kathy, it's another really good card. It's got some pretty nice targets. Hoppier Squadron can summon Herald the Arclight during your opponent's turn, so that's your main Kathy target. And if you already have Hoppier Squadron in your hand, or you do not have a level 2 on your field for Hoppier Squadron, then you can take out search a Zoo King Alpha as another card for next turn. And all your monsters are tiny, so Zoo King Alpha can almost always be summoned. It's also a really good card. It can out Dragoon, stuff like that, broken. One copy of Fenny it's really at 1. It's not really the greatest card on Earth. It's only really used if you've hard drawn, say, Calantosa. That's really the only scenario where you would use Fenny, so it's only at 1. That's it for a Melffy package. Only 7 cards. Apart from 7 cards, we're running the 1 copy of Hide and Seek. But it's small because they're all, once you get them in rotation, they will stay in rotation for pretty much forever, since they always go back to your hand. So that's why it's that small. The 2 copies of Calantosa, best Melffy card, pop stuff, for free. You summon it off ferrijit and it'll get a pops and it'll summon the effect of a beast monster. You can overlay 2 Calantosas into a Melffy of the Forest. Why? Why not? Why the hell not? It's not Melffy of the Forest, sorry. I'm tripping. Excited Melffys, and then you can use Excited Melffy second effect to summon back both the Calantosas, and then you can trigger both their effects in order to pop 2 cards. Really good. Triple Rescue Cat, it's your best starter. Well, maybe after Obedient Schooled, but it's kind of your best starter if you have your Tri-Brigade hat, since it doesn't lock you or anything like that. So Rescue Cat really good. You can protect it with stuff like Gamma too, which is another nice thing. Depending on the situation, there are like 2 different scenarios. What you might search off Rescue Cat. You can either get double Calantosa overlay into Excited Melffy for 2 pops, or you can dabble in a bit into your Tri-Brigade engine, get stuff like Kit and then link them off, get extra advantage, stuff like that. So triple Rescue Cat for sure. 1 copy of Zoo King Alpha. You only really need 1 since it is searchable. You can run 3 if you want to. There's really no downside to that. It just gets a bit brickier, so I'm only running 1. The 2 copies of Keros. Keros is, really cool. It's kind of the best Tri-Brigade card in the deck, just being able to summon itself. On top of that, it is a level 2 beast, so is Kit. So you can overlay the stuff like Melffy's of the Forest. You can bypass the Obedient School lock. It's just a really, really great card. 2 copies of Kit. It dumps Nerval, and Nerval searches Kit. It's basically Fractal, but it does what it does. I'm not running any Fractal in this deck. The main reason why is just that there are lots of cards in this deck that just does what Fractal does, but better. Like, Fractal is meant to get access to Kit, which gets access to Nerval, which gets access to Keros, and dump 3. But stuff like Rescue Cat does that, and it gets you an extra beast on top of that. Obedient School gets a Kit and gets an extra beast, 2 extra beasts on top of that. There's just no real reason to run Fractal over any of these cards, so I decided not to run it at all. You can 100% run it if you want to. It's a really good card, but I'm just choosing not to. It's personal preference. The 2 copies of Nerval, really good card. Getting extra searches, all of that stuff. Both Kit and Nerval can act as normal summons. by linking them off into Almirage. Search Chaos, pop off from there. So that's something to keep note of. Lastly, that's it for Tri-Brigade engine. Lastly, for monsters, you got the 1 copy of Apex Avion. Summon it off some more. I guess an extra interruption. Really cool. 1 copy of Regulex World Crown. It comes up in your Crusadia Regulex engine. Now, Crusadia Regulex, it is a link to Beast, so you can summon it off your Tri-Brigades. And if an effect monster is special summoned to its own points to, you can search any Crusadia spell trap. So you will be searching Crusadia Vanguard, and Crusadia Vanguard reads, when you activate it, you can tribute a Crusadia or Regulex monster to summon an extra Crusadia or Regulex monster from your deck. So you're going to tribute Regulex in order to summon that World Crown. And what World Crown reads is that when a monster summoned from the extra deck uses its effect, tribute this card to negate the activation. Now, I know it seems like really bricky and really like convoluted, but the thing about World Crown is that if you're locked into Obedience Schooled, you can't really access any of your other Tri-Brigade link twos. So Regulex is kind of the best form of interruption you have under Obedience Schooled. So like some say just cut Obedience Schooled entirely since Regulex isn't worth it. But Obedience Schooled is better than 2 bricks, so it's just too good of a card to pass up. So I'm just have to run the Regulex engine. That's it for our main monsters. Hand traps, Gamma, Ash. Gamma is a must-have since it protects all your monsters. It can protect stuff like Obedience School, Rescue Cat, Kit, Nerval, all of that. So really important card. Triple Ash, best hand trap, does what it wants to do. Triple copies of Obedience School, extremely important. It's pretty much your best starter. Summoning three beast fighting monsters from your deck is broken. I'll showcase a combo with it at the end. It's so good. One thing to remember is that it stops you from special summoning beast monsters. It doesn't stop you from normal summoning anything. So if you want, you can normal summon non-beast monsters like Nerval, for example. With the 1 copy of Hide and Seek. Hide and Seek, another super great card. Just being able to recycle stuff. It protects your beasts. And its best use is to recycle stuff. You're usually searching this off Melffy of the Forest if you already have access to important cards like Puppy or Cathy, and you're realistically only searching hide and seek in the grindier game, not necessarily instantly. So that's something to take note of. Triple copies of Ice Giant Prison, an extra control card. You have lots of free space in this deck, so you're kind of versatile in terms of what you can play. Triple Impermanence. Impermanence was like absolutely horrible last format, but this format's actually pretty great. It can negate like a lot of the Shadal stuff, especially Winda. You're able to just negate some dragons if you need to. It's a really great hand trap there too. It can do lots and lots of stuff. It can even bait negations on your turn. It's really versatile, and even though it's not the greatest hand trap this format, it's just really versatile in what it does. So triple impermanence. The 1 copy of Crusadia Vanguard for the Regulex Crusadia combo I mentioned earlier. And that's kind of it for the main deck. There are lots of changes you can do. So you know, you do you. The 1 copy of Omega for your side frames, just negate it. You basically just hand loop them for 2. It's just really broken. The 1 copy of Arclight to summon off your Hoppier Squadron. You got the Zeus, Downward Magician, and Sky Cavalry. This is your Zeus engine. You overlay 2 level 2s into Centuria. It cannot be destroyed by battle, so you just attack into something. And it has 2000 attack on top of that. That's pretty beefy. So you attack into something, go into Downward Magician, go into Zeus, format Zeus, blow up. Another cool thing with Centuria is that if you really need to, you can even bounce back that opponent's card into the hand, in which case you'll just instantly overlay into Zeus. So depending on how many resources your opponent has, you might want to go for that line, although it's not really recommended. So, you know, the Centuria is cool. And this deck actually has a couple of, Dragoon outs, Alpha being one of them. Centuria is actually a Dragoon out, surprisingly enough, so if you're able to bait out and negate beforehand, you can do that. Joyous Melffys, people think that this is your main Zeus in, since it's able to help all your Melffys attack directly, but that you're actually using it for its second effect, which lets you summon out beasts, beast monsters for your graveyard. This is important because If you summon beast monsters off Obedient Schooled, then you are not able, they get destroyed during the end phase. So if you overlay them into Excited Melffys and then use Excited Melffy's effect in order to bring them back, you basically have 3 live monsters that were summoned off Obedient Schooled, and they have no restrictions on them anymore, which is really, really good. Also in the Rescue Cat combo where you summon 2 Kalantos that overlay them into Excited Melffys and then just pop. You've got a 1 copy of Rodent Raccoon Sundayu, yet another Dragoon out. It's able to copy the attack of the highest monster on the field, and can really help in terms of beaters since this deck does somewhat lack high attack monsters, which is why Alpha fits in so well too. The 1 copy of Melffy of the Forest, you can run 2 if you want to because, you know, grind games, but it's a really, really good card. It's able to not only search a Melffy card, but it's also able to negate your opponent's face of monsters when a Melffy monster activates its effect. So that's a very important trait. It acts as another interruption basically. There's 1 copy of Shurag. It's yet another Dragoon out. This is just run too many. It's just super good since it's able to non-target banish, and if it's entered graveyard, you're basically able to search any Melffy for free on top of that. So it's a really, really good card. And if you want, you can keep it on the field. So every time you summon a Melffy, say off a Joyous Melffys or hell even Hoppier Squadron, Shura gets its effects again, and then you're able to banish another card. It's just a really, really annoying card to deal with for some decks. The 1 copy of Access Code, just a nice simple OTK enabler. 1 copy of Symbolic Birth of Sovereignty, mainly just to get into Apex Avion, you can do stuff there. The 1 copy of ferrijit, depending on situation, you might want to go into ferrijit. Say you only had 2 Beast Warrior tri-types for your like Keros or something. You can banish 2, summon the ferrijit, use ferrijit to summon like a Nerval from your hand, and then you're able to go into Simorg like that. And you're also able to summon a Kalantosa from ferrijit's effect in order to, you know, pop stuff. If you use your normal summon for like Kit or Nerval or something, you're able to use ferrijit in order to special summon a Rescue Cat from your hand, and then you're able to summon the 2 beasts from like that. It's just a really, really great card. 1 copy of Double Dragon Lords, it can act as an interruption if you do not have access to 3 monsters for Simorg. So, you know, you have that little bit of versatility there. Interruption, and this set can definitely snowball since Catty, Puppy, all of that they're just all +1s. You've got a 1 copy of Regulex for the Crusadia combo, and finally 1 copy of Almirage. It's mainly just to link off Kit or Nerval if you need access to a Tri-Brigade. So that's kind of the deck profile, and I will just come back with the combo. Yeah, this is the combo. Obedient School. Yeah, that's all you need. There are lots of different lines, but I'm just going to kind of show the most simple one. The 2 cards you need are Kit, Kalantosa, and realistically any extra level 2. Let's just go for Catty for demonstration purposes. Summon out Kit, summon out Kalantosa, summon out Catty. You'll overlay the Kit and your level 2 in order to go into a Melffy of the Forest. You'll use Melffy of the Forest as effect in order to detach Kit specifically, in order to search a copy of Puppy, Catty. I just like to go for Catty in this specific situation. So I know Kalantosa is just better, but I'll just show why later since you're going to have a live Kalantosa regardless. You're going to use Kit's effect in order to dump a copy of Nerval, use Nerval's effect in order to search a copy of Keros. Now you'll normal summon the Keros since you haven't normal summoned yet, then you're going to use its effect in order to banish 2 monsters and go into the Crusader Regulex. You cannot go into like a Double Dragon Lords or something since you are locked into beasts. Now you'll overlay the 2 level 2s, Kalantosa plus Keros, in order to go into a Joyous Melffys under Crusadia's zone in order to trigger its effect that will search a Crusadia Vanguard. You'll set the Crusadia Vanguard during the end phase. You will go ahead and use Melffy Catty's effect in order to summon itself. We've gone +4 in all. So now what we have right here is you can use Joyous Melffy's effect in order to summon out a Kalantosa, that's 1 pop. You can activate Crusadia Vanguard, which summons out the World Legacy World Crown. So that is 2 interruptions. And like just for demonstration purposes, I will use Joyous Melffy's, send itself and then you are able to summon back the counters and stuff. And then once you're done that, you can use Melffy Caddy in order to add itself back to your hand, and then search a Hoppier Squadron, and then that Hoppier Squadron is able to summon itself and use itself and counter to go into Herald. That is 3 interruptions, and once Melffy Caddy returns to your hand, that will trigger Melffy of the Forest in order to negate another card. So that's 4 interruptions of 1 card, and you still get a Melffy Caddy next turn for follow-up. You have Chaos next turn for follow-up. It's just really, really insane. You also get a Melffy of the Forest search for follow-up. It's really not a lot of decks can play through a pop, an extra deck negate, an omni negate, and a face-up negation. Yeah, it's just really difficult to play through. So that is kind of the mainline combo of Obedient Schooled. There are of course tons of other combos that exist. I'm kind of too lazy to show them all here. So if you want more combos like this, go subscribe to Melffy Rabbi right now. It's an epic YouTuber, really funny, just really cool combos. Just check them out too. And I guess that's it for now. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, do all that good stuff, and